Yep. The big story today is the LIV Golf Tour Series has gotten underway, and in doing so, they have also seen a response already from the PGA Tour. The LIV Tour obviously announcing a lot of players, a lot of people jumping on board, and a lot of them kind of guys on their way out, right? I mean, in golf, or at least not at the top of their games right now, but there are names. There are names that are recognizable and names that could reel people in. And I certainly saw a good bit of scuttlebutt on Twitter from golf fans who were commenting on this initial broadcast. There are people who felt like it was a smooth broadcast, given that it's their very first one. There are people that felt like it was so-so, but it definitely had some, different tweaks to it versus what the PGA does. But they are having their first broadcast today, and we'll see how this goes. But the PGA very quickly acted, announcing they were suspending 17 of the players who are competing in the LIV Golf International Series event today. It's being held outside of London. PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan wrote in a memo to Tour membership, these players have made their choice for their own financial-based reasons, but they can't demand the same PGA Tour membership benefits, considerations, opportunities, and platform as you. That expectation disrespects you, our fans, and our partners. You have made a different choice, which is to abide by the tournament regulations you agreed to when you accomplished the dream of earning a PGA Tour card. More importantly, to compete as part of the preeminent organization in the world of professional golf. So it says that those who compete in LIV events will be ineligible to participate on the PGA Tour or any of the tours that it sanctions. And any players who take part in future events beyond this will face the same punishment as well. Those who aren't already in golf that do join over the next couple of years.
Yeah, and this is going to go to court. I don't think there's any question about it. Maybe even antitrust in some ways or whatever. Here's the deal. They still play next week in the U.S. Open. It looks like they might be able to still play in the Masters. Of course, they run their own thing, and the Open Championship. That seems to be up in the air. PGA Championship is not a part of the PGA Tour.
U.S. Open saying it's accepting everybody.
They're accepting whoever has qualified to play in the tournament. So if you're Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, whoever else, and you can play in this one and get $100 million or $50 million, and your caddies get better stuff, and then you can still play in the four majors, if you can. What the hell?
Here's where the PGA, the only leg they had to stand on is if the LIV Tour was backed by France or Spain or Luxembourg or somebody else like that, then nobody would really have this kind of like they would, there's not this moral beef, but because it's backed by the Saudis and they are scary people and they do bad things and they've got dirty money running through this thing, that's what makes it different. But look, if you so it's these guys have chosen to do business with those people. That's their personal choice for their financial future. I think that, and I think we said this, Craig asked us this question when, if we would do it, I'd like to be able to say that I would turn down Saudi money, but I don't know if I could be that strong. I'd probably be like,
Dude, not for the money they're talking about. $100 million. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's like, forget a generation. That's like multi-generational changes. Exactly. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'd probably do it. And guess what? America ain't innocent.
Yeah.
I mean, we might not have like the same type of accusation that you can make about Saudi that people will run to about cutting people's heads off or whatever, but our hands aren't clean by any stretch of the imagination. So I just think it's kind of this holier than thou, America's the best and we're do no wrong and all that. And look, I'm as proud to be an American. I wouldn't want to be any other nationality, but I'm not delusional. Like, I don't live in fairy tale land.
The Russian basketball teams, funded by oligarchs, right?
Yeah.
They get their money from state funds, right? Mm-hmm. WNBA players play over there. Brittany Griner's still over there, which is a story in itself. Yet, I don't hear anyone complaining about them getting money from Russia. I don't. And I know, okay, well, they don't get paid as much. There are some people going to play in LIV that have not made a lot of money, that are trying to be given that opportunity, that are also made it. Newcastle, Manchester City, PSG are owned by state-funded organizations from Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar, excuse me.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of that Middle Eastern money in Premier League soccer, which is what you're trying to reference there. And yeah, it's all over the place. There's lots of ownership. It's in every sport basically.
Look, some of the Russian oligarch, one of them just got his
jets taken,
his soccer team taken away too. So like that's happened. But again, we can't pretend like. And look, on the surface, you know me, Smokey. I'm not advocating Phil Mickelson for anything, but he does have a point. He earned his PGA Tour card. He did all that stuff. So
he also, not as Tiger Woods or Jack Nicklaus or Palmer, but also was a major part of helping build this tour as well. He gave back to
he earned his card, so he should be able to do those things like play those majors that he wants to and do this. He did that. It's his choice. And look,
but not the Byron Nelson
if Phil Mickelson's not going to play the Byron Nelson, that sucks for the Byron Nelson. But
well, he's not.
Yeah,
he's and some also resigned even before they hit their first shot this morning. I didn't watch it. I know it was on Facebook Live. I don't even know who the leaders. I don't have any idea. There are DeChambeau and Patrick Reed, two guys who are the most unliked, it appears, golfers on tour. Them joining it, yeah, that's another couple of fairly good names, majors and guys that are good.
Well, here's the name: Sergio Garcia, Taylor Gooch, Brandon Grace, Dustin Johnson, Matt Jones, Martin Kamer, Graham McDowell, Mickelson, Nah, Ogletree, Oosthuizen, Pettit, Poulter, Schwartzel, Swafford, Uline, Westwood, and I probably mispronounced a couple of those because now
some of them have major championships. Some of them have made tons of money. Some of them have won a lot of tournaments. Some of them have won Ryder Cup championships. One of the things about Dustin Johnson, and I didn't even think about this, by joining this tour, he cannot now compete for the United States Ryder Cup team. If, in fact, he had the qualifications, if based on the points and also a choice. He can now not represent the United States on the Ryder Cup team. Neither can Mickelson or anyone else that might go play in that tour. And Patrick Reed has been good, not just by winning championships, a major or two, but also by being a big-time part of the Ryder Cup team as well.
So there is a little LIV update as far as some of the names that are involved. The whole thing got underway today, and I saw lots of positive comments who liked it, thought it was a breath of fresh air. Just they did things a little bit differently versus the typical PGA, and it seems like there will be a lot of people who watch. I mean, you're going to watch the LIV?
Unless it just happens.
Are you a golf
to
fan or are you a
up,
PGA fan?
I'm a golf fan, so I might, if it pops up on my screen, look at it just to see the courses they're playing on. They're going to play in Oregon, is it? Pumpkin Ridge, which is a beautiful place. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it. If it pops up on my screen, I might for a second or two. So,
anyways, that's all going on today, and that was the PGA announcing their suspensions as well in response. Elsewhere, the Outback Bowl is undergoing